Hello everyone and welcome to another video review. Here I have Powerglide from the Transformer Generations Combiner Wars line. As you can see, this figure looks amazing and can transform in his robot mode. Now I'm gonna bring this closer to the camera. We can see right here a nice art graphic design of Powerglide, and on the backside view we see a picture of Powerglide transforming to his robot mode, its alternative mode, and also into his blaster mode, which can be used by many Transformers figures. And now let's remove this figure out of the package. And here I have Powerglide out of the package and transform into its alternative mode, and as you can see, it looks amazing. It is a very nice representation of the Generation 1 character Powerglide. With this figure we also get this collector's card right over here, which features a very nice art graphic design of Powerglide right here on the front, and on the back section we see the logo of the Autobots and it says Transformer Generations. The quality of this collector's card is actually very nice. Now I'm gonna set this aside because I wanna show you the details of this figure, and like I said before, the design of this figure is amazing. You can actually see that it's very G1 oriented. On the front side view of this figure, we can see that it features like some sort of gun or maybe a radar. Now we see more details right here on the cabin section of this plane. And I'm gonna rotate this around real quick, and this is what it looks like from the backside view. We can see two turbines right here, and there's another one right here in the middle, and this actually features a very nice design and a lot of details sculpted right into the plastic. Now we can see the underside section of this figure featuring the Autobot logo of Powerglide once it's transformed into his robot mode. Now this figure also features a landing gear, which is actually really nice. We can see this section right here. It can be folded right into this section, and right over here in the back section it is actually sculpted right into the plastic, and it is actually part of the landing gear. So as you can see, the design of this figure is actually very nice. The size of this figure is not that big. And for a quick size comparison, here I have the 2013 Botcom exclusive figure Sunstorm, which is one of the Seekers. And as you can see, the size difference is very big. Now I'm gonna move them front to front so you have a better idea of the difference between the size of these two figures. And I honestly think that Powerglide should be a deluxe class figure. Now I'm gonna move Sunstorm out of the way. And for this size comparison, here I have Powerglide right next to the Transformer Generations Bumblebee. And as you can see, Bumblebee is also a small figure. Now I'm gonna move them this way so you have a better idea of the size difference between these two figures. And I honestly like these two figures, and I really think that Hasbro is doing a great job with these new figures. Now I'm gonna move Bumblebee out of the way. Now I'm gonna transform Powerglide into his robot mode. But first, I'm gonna show you his second alternative mode, which is a gun, and it can be used by many figures. The transformation is very simple. The first thing I'm gonna do is I'm gonna fold this down, just like so, and I'm gonna fold it up, and I'm gonna tap the wings right on the side section of this figure. I'm gonna do the same thing with the other wing. Now this section right here, I'm gonna fold it down, and I'm gonna do the exact same thing with the other one. And the turbines right here, I'm gonna slide them down this way. I'm gonna slide down the second one, just like so. Now the legs right here, I'm going to untap them for a second while I fold this panel all the way up, and that is pretty much the entire transformation of Powerglide into his weapon mode. And as you saw it, the transformation was very simple, and once he's transformed into his weapon mode, it actually looks pretty cool. You can see that it features a very nice design and a lot of details. We can see the front section of this gun right here, and right here we can actually see that it features a scope and it is painted blue. This is what it looks like from the other side. And these are really cool figures, as you can see. If you actually look closer right here, it seems like some kind of rocket launchers. And as you know, Powerglide was never an aerial boat, but it's actually gonna be used as the gun of Superion. Now, once we have this figure transformed into his gun mode, to get it transformed into his robot mode, it's very simple. I'm just gonna fold this section up, just like so. And I'm gonna fold this towards the back. Now we're gonna fold the feet down. And I'm going to do the exact same thing with the other one. I'm going to fold this down. And now this section right here with the arms, I'm going to unpeg it from here. And I'm going to fold this down. And the transformation is actually very simple. And once this figure is transformed into his robot mode, it looks awesome. Now all I have to do is just fold this section down into this compartment right over here, which is the landing gear. And now I'm going to rotate the head sculpt 180 degrees. And now I'm going to fold this down just like so, and that is the entire transformation for Powerglide. And here I have Powerglide transforming his robot mode. As we can see, this figure looks amazing. It is definitely a very nice representation of the Generation 1 character Powerglide. All of the details and the paint scheme applied on this figure makes it look great. Now I'm gonna bring it closer to the camera because I want you to see the head sculpt of this figure, which looks fantastic. It actually features a very nice design, and we can see a really cool faceplate right over here, and the eyes have been painted blue. We can also see a nice Autobot logo right here on the chest section, and there's more details right over here. And as you can see, this figure looks very cool. This is what it looks like from the backside view, and the size of this figure is actually kind of small, and honestly, I really wish that it would have been at least a deluxe class figure, but as it is, it looks really cool, and actually fits very well with other classics and generations figures. Now I want to show you the articulation for this figure, and it actually features a very nice articulation. As you can see, the head sculpt can be rotated to the sides. The articulation for the arms is actually really good. It is on a ball joint, and as you can see, it can be moved into many directions. It also features a very nice articulation for the elbow. And the sculpt for the hands is actually really cool. It doesn't have any articulation, but it features a very nice design. Now this figure doesn't have any kind of waist articulation at all. However, the legs are on a ball joint and they are very articulated. We can also see right here that features a very nice knee articulation up to 90 degrees, and the feet can be partially adjusted, but this is more for transformation purposes. So as you can see, this is a really cool figure, and it doesn't have any issues standing alone. The quality of this figure is actually really good, and I'm very glad that I get to add it to my collection. And now I'm gonna bring some more figures from my collection for a quick size comparison. And for our first size comparison, here I have Powerglide right next to Silverbolt. And like I mentioned before, the size of Powerglide is actually very small. Now we're gonna move these two figures front to front so you have a better idea of the size of Powerglide. And honestly, this new line, Combiner Wars, is doing a great job. The new figures that are coming out are really nice and they have a very good quality. Now let's move Silverbolt out of the way. Because for this size comparison, here I have Powerglide right next to Bombshell and Cosmos. And they're also Legend class figures. And as you can see, they feature a very nice paint scheme, a G1 oriented design, and they look great. Now I'm gonna move these figures front to front so you have a better idea of the size of this figure right here, Powerglide. And honestly, these figures are just amazing. And now I'm gonna move Cosmos and Bombshell out of the way. And now that we have seen Powerglide transform into his robot mode and into his two alternative modes, I want to say that this is a really cool figure. It is definitely a very nice representation of the Generation 1 character Powerglide. The design is awesome and it features a very nice paint scheme. The transformation is very simple, it has a very nice articulation and the quality is great. And with this, I conclude this video review of Powerglide. This is Magnetar Prime, thank you for watching, until next time.